Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. It's Sophie. I'm back with another video and I'm super excited to announce this series. I'm going to be showing you guys do's and don'ts on the same exact look. Would you believe me if I told you guys that I used the same exact eyeshadows for these two looks, just different techniques, different brushes, and honestly it was quite shocking to me when I saw the difference between the two. So yeah, just a quick disclaimer, I'm not saying that any way is right or wrong. Please don't be offended if you use any of these techniques that I'm saying that you shouldn't be doing. Everyone has their own unique things that work for them, so please do not be offended. This is just meant to be informative and just to show you guys a little bit of my technique. With that being said, I really hope that you guys can learn a thing or two from this video. Please comment down below if you are looking forward to seeing more videos from this series. I'm hoping to upload a new video on this series every single Monday. Let me stop chit-chatting and we'll jump right into it. So the first do is going to be using some tape, and honestly this is just personal preference, but this is what works for me, and a lot of you guys ask how I apply it. I do apply it twice to the back of my hand to take off the majority of the tackiness. You don't want to apply the tape directly to the side of your eye. It's really going to irritate your eye, and that area of the eye is extremely sensitive. I'm just going with the angle of my eye and I'm just aiming towards the end of my brow tail. The don't for this look is definitely going to be applying no primer, no concealer, no nothing, and it's going to ensure that your eyes look very tired. And this works for some people, but for a lot of people it's just going to make the discoloration on your eyelid pop even more. I'm going straight in with a big fluffy brush and the darkest eyeshadow, and I normally work from lightest to darkest, so that's just the opposite of what works for me. For the do, I'm going to be priming my eyelids with my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and this is one of my favorite concealers to use. Then I'm going in with this brush and just further diffusing and blending that concealer and just making sure we have a nice even base. For extra blending and just to have a nice smooth base, I like going in with a damp beauty sponge, and then I also like going in with a little bit of translucent powder. And I just apply a light layer all over my eyelid and also to set the underneath of my brow, and it just ensures that blending is going to be really smooth, really easy. And I know that not everyone sets their eyelid and not everyone likes using concealer for primer, but this is the best way that I find that works for me. For today's palette, I'm using my Morphe X James Charles Artistry palette. I'm going to be going in with that really warm orange transition color. I personally don't like dragging my eyeshadow all the way up to my brow. I know some people like that type of look, but I personally do not. For this step, I'm just kind of diffusing that darker burgundy shade on that outer corner, and honestly, this isn't really a step to avoid. Most people apply their shadow like that, but I just kind of like to be a little bit more precise about it. This is the next do. I'm just picking up the same transition color that we used for the don't, which is that light orange shade, and I'm just starting to build color in the crease. First going in with a more defined crease brush, then going in with a really fluffy brush to diffuse the outer corners. And I personally like going lightest shadow to darkest shadow and just really slowly building up that color. Then I'm picking up this angled brush and this dark brown eyeshadow, and I'm just starting to carve my crease. And then I'm going into this really small tapered brush and this kind of dusty rose shade in the palette, and I'm just going in left and right motions and just starting to create a gradient into my crease. And then we're going to be hopping back onto the don'ts. I'm picking up this shimmery purple shade and I'm using a fluffy brush to apply this all over my lid. And I'll show you guys how I like to apply colors to my lid, but this is definitely not how. It does not do the color any justice. And then I'm going in with a big fluffy brush and that dark brown eyeshadow and just kind of slapping that onto the outer corner. And I personally like to add a little bit more dimension to my looks, and I know that all my steps are super extra. You don't have to go in detail like I do, but I'm just trying to help you guys and give you guys a little bit of tips. For this do part, I'm adding more depth in the crease with this angled brush, and I'm just starting to kind of apply that to the outer corner. Next, I'm picking up this tapered brush and this burgundy shade, and I'm just starting to kind of apply this in my upper crease and just kind of merging all those shades together, and then going in with my fluffy brush and further diffusing the edges and just merging all of those colors together and just really blending everything out, going in left and right motions. Next, I'm grabbing my angled brush and a little bit of my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer, and I'm just slowly carving the first half of my lid and also applying a little bit of that concealer to my lid as well. And then I'm picking up the shimmery purple shade in the palette, and I like to spray my brush with some Fix Plus and then pat it all over my lid. And also I like to go in with my finger to smudge that shade all over, and it just gives the most color payoff, I find, using a brush and your finger. And then for the outer corner, I'm going in with that burgundy shade first and just really diffusing that onto that outer edge. And then I'm going to be going in with a smaller tapered brush and that dark brown eyeshadow, and I'm just applying this to the very outer edge once again and just kind of merging that into the burgundy shade. And as you can see, this gives a lot more dimension and it adds a little bit of color to the look. You can do this with any look that you guys do. It's just gonna really make your eyeshadow look a whole lot better, and it's gonna make a world of a difference. It's gonna look like you took your time. For the don't, I'm going to be applying my liner, and honestly guys, for this step I did not mean to make it look as bad as it actually turned out. This was like my first time doing wing with no tape. It's just my personal technique. So if you do wing with no tape, props to you, but I just love doing a wing with a tape. It just works best for me. But for this don't part, honestly, I just made the liner as thick as possible from the inside to the outside. I typically like a wing that is thinner on the inner corner and gets thicker towards the outer corner. And I just used a makeup wipe to clean it up a little bit and just kind of make that outer wing a little bit sharper. Even though this is the don't part, I still wanted to make it look somewhat presentable. Next, I'm applying my Shop Sophie Belle lashes in the style Jamaica. If you guys want a lashes do's and don'ts video, go ahead and comment down below. Now for the do part of my liner, I'm applying a nice even wing, thinner on the inner corner, thicker on the outer corner. And honestly guys, it's so hard for me to record how I do my liner on camera, but I tried my best in this clip. I personally still think that it requires somewhat technique to apply liner in this way. If you have a hard time applying liner with no tape, I highly recommend testing it out and seeing if using tape will help you apply your liner better. For lashes, I applied my Shop Sophie Belle Jamaica lashes. And then for the don't part, I am just picking up a fluffy brush and I'm just applying my transition color, and I personally like going in with a lot more precise brushes for my lower lash line, so that's definitely a don't for me. And then I'm going in with this big fluffy pencil brush, and I personally do not know how people use pencil brushes on their lower lash line. I can't do it. It's not enough control. It drags it really low. So yeah, I'm just going in with that burgundy shade and just kind of buffing it aimlessly on my lower lash line, and then applying some mascara. And then I'm going into this shade right here and I'm just popping that onto the inner corner, and I honestly feel like there's no real right or wrong way of doing that, so there's not really a don't for that part. And then for the do part, I'm going in with this really small smudger brush and I'm just applying my transition shade and then going in with a flat brush and going as close to my lower lashes as physically possible with that burgundy shade. Going back in with the smudger brush and our transition shade and just kind of diffusing that burgundy shade. And as you can see, I'm getting as close to my lower lashes as possible. I'm using precise brushes. I'm using my technique. And then I'm going in with this angled brush and my dark brown eyeshadow, and I'm applying that to the lower edge of my lower lashes and just kind of diffusing that onto the outer corner. And as you can see, the lower lash line is a lot more cleaned up, a lot more presentable. And then I'm going in with this gold shade for my inner corner once again. And first I just kind of apply it, and then I wet my brush with some Fix Plus and I apply it even more precisely to that very inner corner, and it just really makes it pop and it makes it look super blended. So that's my little tip for that. So this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I still can't believe that I used the same exact eyeshadows, but just different techniques and different brushes. These two looks look completely different. So yeah, it's kind of shocking, honestly, and I'm really excited to do this series. I was really excited to film this video for you guys. If you guys learned something from this video, let me know if you did. Let me know if you try any of these techniques. And also, guys, we have monthly giveaways here on our channel, so if you want to be entered to win a box of goodies from us, we pick a new giveaway winner every single month. Give this video a big thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and then comment done in the comment section down below. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!